Now we are going to discuss the concept of wildcard arguments in generics. So, before moving into the details of wildcard arguments, let us consider a story. And the story of our popular characters Raju and Rani. And we know that Java is nothing but Raju and Rani ki prem kahani. Okay, anyway, so consider Raju and Rani are studying in the same college. So both Raju and Rani are studying, assume they are both studying BTech and in the same college. So the same college, so we can represent the college like this, college T. So if the college is ABC College of Engineering, then both studied in ABC College of Engineering. If Raju studied in XYZ College of Engineering, then Rani also studied in XYZ College of Engineering. So both Raju and Rani studied or are studying in the same college, and we can represent this like college and T, where T stands for the college name you can consider. Now after completing their BTech, then Raju told his father that I want to marry Rani. Then his father definitely going to ask, how you know her? Then Raju replied that we both studied in the same college. Then Raju's father agrees and both Raju and Rani gets married. Now consider another scenario or another side of the story. So here in this scenario, so Raju told his father that I want to marry Rani. Now Raju's father asked that how you know Rani, or how do you know Rani? Then Raju replied, I don't know her personally, but I saw her in the Instagram reel. She is making good reels in the Instagram. Then Raju's father is going to give left and right to Raju. So here in this scenario, in the Instagram reel scenario, so assume Raju is studying in one college and the college name is maybe ABC College of Engineering, and Rani is studying in a college, because nowadays only the college boys and college girls are making Instagram reels. So here this is Raju's college and this is Rani's college. So there may be a chance that both Raju and Rani are studying in the same college, or there is a chance that both Raju and Rani are in different college. So in this scenario, we cannot represent their college as college T, because if we write here college T for Raju, college T for Rani, then the value of T may be different. Both for Raju and Rani, the college will be same. But in this scenario, there is no guarantee that both Raju and Rani are studying in the same college. That's why we cannot write this one to represent their college. Then how to represent? So instead of this T, we can write this as question mark. That means the college is unknown to us. And here instead of T, we can write the question mark. That means Raju and Rani studied in college, but actual college is unknown. So they may be in same college or may be in different college. That means here in the first one, when the father agrees for the marriage, so there is a relation between Raju and Rani. They both studied in the same college. But in the second scenario, when the father gave left and right, so here there is no guarantee that both studied in the same college, or we can say we cannot enforce or we cannot ensure that there is a relation between Raju and Rani. So you can consider or we can relate this story in Java, like when we have more than one arguments in a method, then if we want to ensure some relations between the objects or arguments that are involved in the method, we can use such type of scenario. And when we cannot ensure any relation between the objects that are involved in a method, we can write like this. Now consider one method, like we have one method and the method name is copy. So we can write box T, assume object name is ob1. So ob1 is an object of type box. Similarly, we have another object of type box and assume the object name is ob2. So here you can observe both ob1 and ob2 have a relationship that have the same class box T. Now consider another scenario. So the same copy method. So here box and question mark, then ob1, then box question mark ob2. So here we can observe ob1 is of type box but actual type is unknown. So here question mark means unknown. That means the type of ob1 and ob2 may be same or may be different. So in scenario 1, so consider this is case 1, in case 1 and this is case 2. So in case 1 we are ensured that both ob1 and ob2 have same parameterized type. So here you can observe both have the same parameterized type box T. So it is safe to copy elements from ob1 to ob2. Now come to case 2. So in case 2, moving elements or copying elements from ob1 to ob2 is not type safe because the actual type is unknown and unknown is represented by this question mark. So moving elements from ob1 to ob2 is not type safe. So now come to a concrete example where we are going to discuss about this in more detail. So assume that we want to define a method and the method name is equal sum. So assume we want to define a method and the name of the method is equal sum, and from the name we can say that the equal sum method determines whether two objects of consider box class. So two objects of box class that contains array objects that have the equal sum or not. So consider this one. If one object of the box class contains the double values like 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 like this, and another object of the box class contains the integer values 1, 2, 4, 5. So because box class is a parameterized class, and this one for double and this one for integer, so whether this array and this array have equal sum or not, we need to find using this equal sum method. So we can implement this equal sum method by passing a box argument and then compare the sum of that argument against the invoking object. So this is a simple one. We have studied this type of concept earlier. So let us consider we have one integer array and the name of the integer array is inums. So integer inums, let us consider, and the elements are 1, 2, 4, 5, this one. Now consider we have one array of doubles and the name of the array is dnums. So inums for integer and dnums for double, and the elements are 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 like this. Now we can write box integer and assume the object name is IOB. So that is equal to new box. So this box class is similar to the previous example. We have already defined the box class in the previous example and it is similar to this one only. So inums, we are passing the array inums as an argument here, and the new box IOB contains these one. Now similar to this we can write here box double and assume the name of the object is DOB, and here we can write new box and the argument is dnums. So now we want to check whether this IOB and DOB contains equal sum or not. So for that we can write like this: if IOB dot equal sum, that means the object IOB invokes the equal sum method and it passes DOB to the equal sum method, and if this one, if IOB dot equal sum, this equal sum method is going to return a boolean value. That's why we are writing this using if. So this one is going to return a boolean value. If the sums are equal, it is going to return true. If the sums are different, it is going to return false. So if IOB dot equal sum DOB, so we can write like this: system dot out dot println sum are equal. So in short, I am writing SOP. Sum are equal, else we can write sum are different, or different sum. Like this we can write different sum. So now our objective is to define the equal sum method. So this method we have not defined till now. So we will write the equal sum method. So what will be the return type of equal sum method? The return type will be a boolean value. So we can write boolean equal sum, and it is going to take a parameter of box, and if we write box T, because box is a parameterized type obj. So now if we write if find sum, where find sum is a method that is going to compute the sum. We have already discussed about the find sum method. Here you can see, I think we have discussed the find sum method. This one, this method, find sum method. The same method we are going to call. So if find sum, if find sum is equal to obj dot find sum, then we can write return true, else, or we can say if this condition is not true, then we can write return false, like this. So this is the end of this main method, end of this equal sum method. So this one is the end of equal sum method. So here you can observe, if we write box T obj, then there must be a relationship between this parameter obj and the calling object, or the object that invokes this equal sum method, and both these obj and the caller should have the, or should belongs to the same class. Like if they are box, if it is box integer, so they should, both should belongs to the box integer class. So if it is box double, then both should belong to the box double class. So when we write box T obj, that means the type of obj is box, where box is a parameterized type, and the type of this invoking object that invokes equal sum method must be the same, and both belongs to box T, and the actual type is not known. That means it may be box integer, it may be box double, like that. So we don't know whether it is integer or whether it is double, whether it is short, like that, but both belongs to the same type. It may be box integer, it may be box double, like this. But here in our example you can observe, so in our example one is double, this IOB is for integer and this DOB is double. So one type is box integer, another type is box double. So that's why this equal sum method is going to throw a compilation error, or the compiler is going to throw an error for this equal sum method when both this object obj and the calling object have different types. Now then what is the solution? So this, or we can say this method is not a generalized one, or is not a generic solution. Then what is the solution? So to create a generic equal sum method, we need to use the wildcard argument feature of Java generics. So what is the wildcard generic feature? Like we have discussed, so when there is no relation between Raju and Rani, so we just simply write or denote that using the question mark, and similarly the wildcard argument is specified by the question mark and it represents an unknown type. So for that we can just replace this T with question mark. That means the obj is of type box and the color is also of type box, but they may be different, like one should, or one may be of type box integer and another may be of type box double, or may be type of box short, like this. So now we are going to see the complete program of this one and check how it actually works. So this concept is known as wildcard. So wildcard represents the unknown type. So now we are going to implement the program that we have just discussed. So for that we can write class box and it extends the number class. So we can write class box T extends number. Then here, so let us save this file as test.java because we want to save, or we want to write the main method in class test. So yes, it is already replaced. Okay. So now we will write T square bracket norms. That means norms is an array of type T. Then we can write the constructor for this. So box and array of type T, and assume the reference name is OB. So we can initialize norms equal to OB like this. In the constructor we can write, then we can define the find sum method. So we have already discussed about the find sum method. So the return type is double, that's why we are writing double find sum, and here want to take a double variable, that is sum. So initially sum is 0, so that's why we are writing double sum equal to 0. Then we are going to use the loop to compute the sum of all the elements present in the array norms. So we can write for int I equal to 0, then I less than norms dot length, then I plus plus, then we can write sum equal to sum plus norms of I dot double value. So we can write sum equal to sum plus norms of I dot double value, because we are using the method double value here. And what is the role of double value method we have already discussed. Now after the loop we can just return the value of sum. So now we will define another method, that is equal sum, and the return type of equal sum method is either true or false. That's why we are writing here boolean equal sum equal sum, then it is going to take a box object, or we can say it is going to take any box object. So we can write box and any box object, that means this wildcard, and also there is no relation between the obj and the caller object of this equal sum method. No relation means they are of type box object, but actual whether they are box integer or box double, so that is not fixed. So we can write if find sum equal to obj dot find sum, obj dot find sum, we can write return true, else we can write return for false. We can or without writing the else part also we can simply write return false. That means if this return true executes, then this return false is not going to execute, and if this return true is not going to execute, then return false is going to execute. So you can use the else, or you can simply skip or omit the else. So it is going to work like if else. Now we can write another class, and the name of the class is test. So here we are going to write the main method. So public static void main and string args, and here we are going to create the objects. So like this, first we are going to create one array and assume the name of the array is inorms, and it has the elements like this 2, 3, 4, 5, and let us create the box object like this, integer, then IOB equal to new box, then we can pass here inums. Okay, so now we can find the sum of these elements 2, 3, 5 using the find sum method. So for this we can write double, suppose S1 equal to IOB dot find sum. Okay, now we can also print the sum. So we can write system dot out dot println IOB sum is okay plus S1, because S1 stores the sum of IOB. Similarly, we can create another object of box class like this. So for this we need to first take an array. So let it is dnums and the elements are 1.5, then 2.5, then 3.5, then 4.5, like this you can take. Okay, so now we can write box double and assume the name of the object is DOB. So we can write new box, then we can pass dnums here, dnums. Now here we can write double S2 equal to DOB dot find sum, to find the sum of the double elements present in the array. Now we can simply write this one, system.out.println, system.out.println DOB sum is, we can write similar to the previous one, DOB sum is, then plus S2, because S2 is going to store the value of the sum of DOB. So we are printing DOB sum is, then plus S2 means this plus stands for concatenation. So after this string the value of S2 is going to be displayed. Okay, so now we are going to call the equal sum method. So if we can write IOB dot equal sum DOB, then we can write system.out.println, system.out.println, suppose sum are equal, like we have discussed, sum are equal, or anything you want to print you can write, or in the else part we can write system dot out dot println, we can write suppose different sum, or you can write sum are not equal, anything you want to write you can write. Okay, so just save this one, and now we'll compile this program. Okay, so Java C then test dot java, successfully compiled, no error, then java test. So the sum is 14.0, DOB sum is 12.0, so it is showing different sum. So now let us take here another one. So let us take another 2 here. So now I will check. So java c test.java, java test. So it is 16.0, it is 12.0. Okay. So now here we can write suppose another value, that is 4.0 in dnums. Now let us check whether we are getting the equal value or not. Successfully compiled. So here you can see IOB sum is 16.0, DOB sum is 16.0, sum are equal. Okay. So now let us check if we write here T in place of this wildcard, whether it is working or not in the equal sum method. So let us check java c test.java. So it is showing the error. Incompatible type, box double cannot be converted to box integer. So for this we cannot write T here, and that's why we need to write the wildcard, that is represented by the question mark symbol. So I hope this one is clear to everyone.